Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Anne, you're on Scent Solutions, and we talk about perfumes on this channel. So if that's what you like, you're in the right place. Today we're talking Elizabeth Arden perfumes, and this is quite nostalgic for me because Elizabeth Arden perfumes were my go-to signature scent, if you may, when I was in the university. So I have about 9 of them in my collection and I wanted to share with you. And I would love to hear your experiences with Elizabeth Arden. So let's get into it. Today we're starting with the white tea range that I find to be very calming. They give me a spa-like feel. Yes, they're very, very calming. They have this, I would say, spa-like essence to them. Now, this one is the Vanilla Orchid, and this perfume, it took me a bit of time to get used to it. I feel like it's gotten better with time because I've had it for quite a while, over a year now. This one opens with bright and zesty notes of lemon, bergamot, and then goes into a creamy vanilla heart. So somehow this reminds me of a vanilla latte somewhere in the evolution of this perfume on my skin. Now at the base you have amber and musk, and that adds like a comforting soft warmth to this perfume. It gives you that feeling of just being wrapped up in a blanket. So this I would wear at home, on errands. It's so easy to reach for. It's that kind of Netflix and chill type of perfume. Performance here is neither here nor there, to be honest. It's weak. Let me just be fair. And with most of the perfumes I'll talk about today, performance is not anything to write home about. You get what you pay for, really. So white tea vanilla orchid is that beautiful balance of freshness with sweetness and warmth, and I love it. Ideal for everyday wear. Still in this collection, I have the white tea wild rose. So if you're a rose and peony lover, this would be for you. Just imagine the scent of like a wild rose garden after it rains. That's what this smells like. It is very, very heavy on the peony, and then it dries into a nice fragrant rose base. So this will bring to mind a bouquet of freshly picked peonies and rose. Peony is a note that I don't do too well with if it's not done right. So it can get really intense. If you're somebody who doesn't like perfume notes in that direction, you may not like this. But if you're a rose lover, if you're a peony lover, this would be for you. The base here is amber and tonka bean, and I feel like that adds a subtle sweet depth to this perfume. Slightly better longevity and sillage than vanilla orchid, and it's a great choice if you like delicate floral scents, especially rose and peony. So about that, I'm going into the green tea range, and this here is green tea mimosa. I bought this because I wanted to understand the scent of mimosa, and this was like a cheap way to do so. This starts with a refreshing, very invigorating blend of green tea and Sicilian lemon. So it reminds me of some of these twining teas, like twining lemon teas. Yeah, and then imagine that in a room full of mimosa flowers, if you get what I mean. So it has mimosa, it has white violet. It creates that very light, slightly floral aroma in the middle. And the base here has musk, so it will remind you of a warm, sunlit afternoon. I kind of relate this to summer a lot. It's really invigorating. It's very refreshing. The florals in here are done very subtly, so it's not going to be cloying in any way. You're going to get more of that citrus freshness, and then the florals and the musk giving it a little bit of depth. Again, this is one of those easy reach everyday scents. You smell nice when you spritz it on your hair, on your clothes. You can wear it really anywhere. It's a very casual scent for outdoor activities, even to wear indoor, but I would rather wear this outside when it's hot. Okay, next up I have one that is quite dated, but if you're an iris lover, this will be for you. It's called True Love. So the color, and I don't know if that's what's reflecting on your screen, but the color of the perfume is actually purple in this transparent bottle. And I feel like it is such a nice representation of what is inside, because this is predominantly iris. So it opens up with juicy, sweet apricot and peach, followed by the iris and jasmine and rose. But of course, like I said, the iris is the most prominent floral in here. So it gives you a very romantic feel, to be honest. If you're somebody who likes like florals, if you like iris perfumes, you like powdery scents, this is for you. There's a base of vanilla and sandalwood in here. It adds a bit of depth. This is actually one of the long-lasting ones in my collection. If I spray this at night, I wake up in the morning still smelling this scent. So that sandalwood and vanilla adds some creamy, woodiness to this perfume. So it creates a sense of nostalgia for me. This perfume is very nostalgic. It reminds me of mummies in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, because iris was a big thing at the time. And I feel like a lot of the perfumes I remember from my mom's collection were very powdery. They had iris. So this gives me such a sense of familiarity, so to speak. So True Love is a very romantic, very soft, very powdery, very warm and enveloping floral, and I love it for that. Okay, next up we have the Fifth Avenue line. So I have two from that line, and this is really, really good. This is Fifth Avenue Royale. So the fragrance has a very luxurious feel. I feel they were going for like nighttime New York City here. It starts with liqueur and raspberry. So there's a fruitiness in here that just gives rise to a more earthy patchouli and cedar. It sort of opens up the perfume, gives you that invigorating, start, and then you go into the zesty orange blossom. So the opening is really beautiful. I like the way that it tapers into the patchouli and cedar. And this is very, very much unisex. Anyone can wear this. You can see the notes. A number of them will lean a bit masculine. The fruitiness will give it the girly touch that you want if you're a female and you want to wear this. Then there's a base of suede and musk, and I feel like that adds a smooth, somewhat velvety finish to this perfume. This is a really elegant, sophisticated perfume, and the sillage and longevity are quite good, definitely better than the others. Now with this perfume, I love to layer it. So when I have like a perfume that is too fruity or one that is too floral, I add this to sort of give some dimension to those types of perfumes, and it's perfect. I really love this one. I feel like it can compete with any of the higher end designer perfumes, in my opinion. So that's Fifth Avenue Royale. Now, next one in that Fifth Avenue line is this one, and it's called NYC Red. So this, again, capturing the essence of New York, even though I feel like this is more laid back than Fifth Avenue Royale. This is more of a fruity floral. So this one combines peach and apple at the top, and I think it's done very well, because sometimes apple can come off a bit too synthetic when it's not done right in perfumes. There's a very upbeat feel to this one, especially in the opening. The middle has peony and jasmine and will remind you of like an urban garden sort of. But see, the thing here is the peony here is done so nicely that you don't really get that intense peony scent. It's sort of, I feel like it's balanced very well by the fruitiness. And then the base has vanilla and sandalwood. So that adds like a creamy, warm finish to this perfume. I feel the longevity here, the sillage, again, moderate, not as bad as maybe the green tea range or white tea range, but it's kind of, I feel like it's better than those more zesty, I would say, poor performing Elizabeth Arden perfumes. This one will give you like maybe 3 hours on your skin or 2, depending really, because these things also depend on how hot or cold it is. So I don't want to dwell too much on that, but this is a very nice, wearable, very easy to reach for fruity floral. All right, next up we have, oh my God, this is the Compliment Getter Extraordinaire. And I've talked about this in my older videos, Arden Beauty. Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is just gorgeous. Look at the dent. This is a gorgeous scent. Arden Beauty opens up with fresh green notes. It has Italian bergamot. So when you spray this, you're going to get a rush of just joy and effervescence. This is a joy-inducing perfume. I tell you that for free. Like if you were walking in a lush garden in the morning, that's what this would remind you of. It's just that scent of flowers, but in a more bubbly way. So it's not cloying, it's very bubbly, it's very bright. You know, the heart has ginger, it has lily, it has lotus. So that gives it an exotic, slightly spicy floral scent. And then the base has sandalwood and amber. So that those two like provide a warm grounding finish to this perfume. And I love it. Love, love, love. This has gotten me so many compliments. And to think that it's not even that expensive, but it gets me compliments. I remember, was it earlier this year? Or no, mid 2023, I was admitted in hospital. I was feeling poorly. And when I started to get my groove back, I was getting better, getting ready to leave the hospital. I was now able to sort of have my bath, spray my perfume and all that. And the nurses would ask me what I was wearing. I had to do a decant for one of them because they couldn't get over the scent of this perfume. I don't know. In fact, sometimes I wonder because I know it smells nice, but the compliments that it gathers, I mean, beautiful. This is so feminine, just really beautiful for everyday wear. It's a lovely perfume. I love this. If you like watery florals like lotus, you know, you would like this one. Okay, next up we have Untold by Elizabeth Arden. Now, this one is stunning. I used to talk about this perfume earlier on my channel. For some reason, I've sort of left it behind, but let's get into it today. Untold has pear. Pear is like the star of the show in this perfume. So it has pear, it has pink pepper. This is so, again, very invigorating, very bright, very lush. There's something very juicy about this perfume. Love it. It has gardenia and jasmine in the middle that add a rich floral scent. This reminds you of like a garden in bloom. It's very spring appropriate in my opinion. There's a muskiness, there's amber at the base, so it gives it a little bit of sensuality, and it's perfect for like date nights or even like day dates. I feel like this is so feminine and just lush and perfect. With a bit of a huge dent, if I may. So it's really lovely. It's Elizabeth Arden. It's pear, it's pink pepper. It's a beautiful scent. In terms of performance, I would say mid-range. Again, nothing out of this world, but I feel like if you moisturize, you know, if you layer it like with the right moisturizers and all that, you might get better wear out of it. Last for today is Red Door Shimmer. So I loved Red Door too. Growing up, I loved that perfume. And this is a flanker that I decided to try. So Red Door Shimmer to me is like champagne. It's very champagne-like. It's another one that has pear. So I notice there's quite a lot of pear in their perfumes. So there's pear in here. There's blackberry. It's very festive, happiness-inducing. You know, then in the heart here, there's peony, there's gardenia. So that gives it a lush floral ambience. Now this, if you don't like your white florals, you're not going to like this. I feel like this is heavy on the white florals, and I feel like the white florals sort of take over the fruitiness. So the fruitiness could have been, I feel it could have been more pronounced in this perfume to make it a balanced fruity floral, but somehow the white florals kind of take over. There's a base of sandalwood and musk that adds some warmth to this. Again, makes for a very nice, everyday, versatile scent. I see where they were going with this, but I prefer the original Red Door. I'm not sure the direction of this perfume. I don't know if they wanted it to be a fruity floral or they wanted it to be like a white floral. So there's a little bit of confusion. I don't get the performance as well that I would have liked from this, even though Like I said earlier, I don't expect too much from Elizabeth Arden when it comes to performance, but like if you're looking for a very simple, fruity perfume but heavy on the white florals, this is for you. Red Door Shimmer. So that is my collection of Elizabeth Arden perfumes. I'd love to know which ones you have, which ones you recommend. Fifth Avenue Royale, I've heard a number of people talk about on social media. I think also Arden Beauty. This one I heard, I think it was Lulu's World, if I remember correctly. She was the one who spoke about it. I went and got it, and I mean, I could relate with every word she said about this perfume. The rest, I mean, I've sort of accumulated over time. So let me know your favorite Elizabeth Arden perfumes in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, don't hesitate to do so. Till I see you on another video, enjoy the rest of your day or night. Bye, guys.